Somebody's shooting. Sounds like a high-powered pellet gun maybe, and the bullets are falling short and dinging over here against this trailer. There's nobody out here in these houses. There it is again. There's nobody out in any of these cabins. I'm gonna pause the camera and record if I see something. I don't know if they saw me. The noise just stopped. It was falling short of our house. I could hear him plinking off the trailer across from us. You could hear the shot, and then you could hear the impact a second or two later. I'm trying to stay hidden, but I think they're over here. Just don't quite got the range. There's somebody shooting from over here. They don't quite have the range. A while ago now, a lot happened in between. I was coming out here to set up to put in my fence posts, and I heard a crack of a 22, and then I heard rounds plinking around the area here, and it sounded like some were hitting the aluminum of the trailer right there. So they were falling short, but there was about 12 rounds fired in this general direction. And so I ran out. Obviously I was exposed, so I ran out and went down the road here into the tree line to see if I could figure out where it was coming from, and to make sure it wasn't somebody in the backyard of one of these cabins here. And there's nobody anywhere in any of these cabins. They're all empty. So I was able to tell that the rounds were coming from over on the other side of Townline Road in the wood line over there. With that many rounds coming down range at you, you can clearly tell a 22 is very distinct, a very distinct crack. And at first I thought it was a pellet gun because I could hear the rounds, I could hear the crack, and I could hear the rounds plinking and falling in this general area, falling short of us. And I could tell it was coming from here, clearly. And I'm pretty sure I heard some hitting the aluminum of the trailer, somewhere on it. So obviously it was from too long a range. But then I realized it was a 22 because it was a very clear crack of a 22 rifle. It's a very distinct sound. And then the round hitting downrange towards me a second later each time with every round. And after about roughly 12 rounds, I estimate, I could tell where it was coming from. So I slipped in the wood line here and tried to keep myself low. I had my camera, but I don't think I caught much. I noticed when I run, I bump the record button off quite often. I noticed when I was attacked with the drone, I would often bump that button because I run with my finger on the button. I went down over here. I'll pause a minute. I looked to make sure there's nobody down in these cabins, and there's absolutely nothing at all. Now I'm at Townline and Lyle, and I stuck low here. You can see there's quite a slope here to hide behind. And I heard some more rounds fired. I don't even feel safe now. Coming from around this area and shooting between the two cabin lots and towards our property. And I could tell it was coming from around here. Obviously I could triangulate because I walked from my place over to here, and there were a few more rounds fired before it finally ended. And then I called the police. Now, Peeping Ken, using his fake account, has said he wanted to shoot my new carport. So I'm pretty sure that was the target and not myself. But since I was working, getting my tools set up right here, I was in range of, I was in the area where they were aiming for. So I hope that people are going to start understanding the seriousness of this situation. When they post comments saying they're going to do something, they generally do. From here, I don't know how the camera makes it look, but where they were sitting was a long, long way from here. So fortunately, they did not hit their target or any of us. outside in our home at the time. I'm getting him. There he goes. Peeping Ken. Just a minute. I'm gonna call you back. He's coming around behind my house. Again. He's stopping. Going around the block. He just did a full 360 around our property. I didn't catch him coming back, but he went down here recording us. He comes up behind the house. He stopped here by our back driveway, went on out here, and he sped up on Town Line to complete the circle and go back to where he stays. Now for the police, I use the word Peeping Ken because I can't use real names or he can have my video erased. So I know it sounds funny, but I use that name for that purpose. But you guys will have the records of his real name.